Hello, Fabulous Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2016, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a brilliant month, an exciting month. A whole lot is going on. And for you in particular, we are going to have a new moon eclipse right off the top of the month take place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with flirtation. It has to do with the feelings of love and romance. It has to do with getting your flirt on and feeling that heartfelt connection with another person. I like to think of this as the butterflies in the stomach, that awakening that only love can provide. This can be great energy for those of you who are open to meeting someone new or just getting to know somebody. However, this eclipse happening at the top of the month is also really interesting. It's got some really interesting energy as well. And one of the main things is it's speaking with Saturn, standing across from Neptune. And what this tells me is a real sort of eye-opening, breaking from any kind of illusions. So this really could go either way. The awareness that comes about now, the clarity that comes about, the truth that comes forward, the new beginning set to take place, either this is going to propel you towards someone that either you're just getting to know or someone new, or not. It's going to move you away. But I will say one thing. This particular eclipse does have a lot of energy around it that can speak to some confusion and also some disappointment as well. And we've also got Mercury retrograde in this part of the sky. So let me say, when I see a sky like this, it does suggest that all really might not be as it seems. Misunderstandings are very possible. And also with a sky like this, it is very possible that if people break up, chances are you won't stay broken up. Chances are more information will be revealed, more conversations are going to happen, especially when we've got this Mercury retrograde plus this eclipse with such an active happening right across the sky from Neptune, and speaking with Saturn as well. So what you want to do is be mindful. Sometimes the truth isn't obvious, and sometimes the truth has a lot of different layers. And sometimes there isn't necessarily just one, sort of objective truth out there. Sometimes there is a little bit more of a tapestry, if you will. There is a whole lot of other layers of motivations and feelings and intentions that have to be taken into consideration as well. So you want to be mindful of that. The other thing is, if you do meet someone new under a sky like this, it may seem at first that this is not, working. It could seem like that. However, again, a reconnection is certainly possible under a sky like this. If you reconnect with someone that maybe you dated once or you met once and now you decided to hang out or something like that, if that ends up happening, then this sky does promise and does suggest that any kind of connection that is sort of a reconnection, if you will, very likely very soon will reveal why it is it didn't work out in the first place. So just be aware of that, be mindful of that. But this energy actually can work out quite well also, because ultimately it's showing you something about what it is that you really want. But like I said, if you're open to meeting someone new and you connect with somebody, it's where you go, I don't know about this, I don't think that this is right. When you say that to yourself, that's when you can sort of say, okay, wait, let me give it a month. Let's wait, maybe we'll reconnect a month. And if that person comes around again a month from now, then you know that, okay, maybe there's another look here that's worth having. It's when you're having another look this month that things can be a little bit more eventful, a little bit more interesting. But ultimately, what this energy is saying is meet people, have fun. Do be mindful of alcohol. That very quickly will sort of not go too well, I gotta say. Again, Neptune standing across this particular eclipse. If you meet somebody and there's lots of alcohol flowing, that could end up going in directions that you look back on and go, okay, what really happened there? Why did that have to take place? That's the kind of energy I'm seeing. So especially as we're starting the month, be mindful of that. Be mindful of any kind of consumption, especially as you're enjoying yourself out and about. And especially because a lot of this energy is also asking you to have fun, to enjoy yourself, and to be open to others. Now, if those of you who are in an established bond, this particular eclipse can work well where it comes to wanting to rekindle the love. But I actually think that this, because again, we've got that Mercury retrograde, we've got Neptune standing across the sky, I want you to be mindful of like heightened expectations, okay? So basically what I mean by that is it possible that, you know, I think that maybe you can call it fairy tales, maybe you can call it rom-coms, but we sort of have these very heightened expectations of what love is supposed to be. And the reality sometimes can be different. The reality sometimes can be that there's, you know, other more mundane matters that feel positively not romantic, that are part of what love is. And so wherever that understanding needs to find you, it will this month, and particularly early in the month. Also with this particular eclipse, it does suggest that, you know, sort of having that awakening within yourself as to where it is that maybe some of your expectations have not been reasonable, or possibly vice versa as well. But ultimately what this sky is saying for all of us, but for you in particular in the context of love, what this sky is saying is that reality has its own magic. Yes, it's not always ideal. Yes, it can be very nitty-gritty, and yes, it can also be complex as well. And yet there is something to be said for the reality of what your heart wants and the reality of the love that is available to you. Now, what you choose to do with it is always going to be up to you, but this new understanding is going to help you to understand that much more what chapter you're ready to begin again, how you're ready to be different when it comes to living out the desires of your heart. And with that exploration and the clarity it leads to, you can't help but be reminded and be affirmed of all the love that truly is available to you.